Do you sometimes feel stuck on a decision, feeling like you don't really know what to do and therefore you freeze and do nothing? Well, if that is the case and that happens to you sometimes and you don't really like it, you would love to know what to do. For example, right now you may have a decision to take and you don't know what to do. Then let me tell you that I solved that problem for myself when I understood two things, which at the end of the day are just one thing. And that thing is that we actually do know what to do. In 99% of the times, me, you, and everyone around us actually do know what to do. You know, let's be honest. If right now I asked you, what would you do if no one would care, if no one would get upset, and you were guaranteed to succeed, then you probably would know what to do, right? If you have a decision to make, then try it out right now. Ask yourself, what would I do if I knew I couldn't fail and no one would get upset at my actions? You probably have an answer in your mind. Then why do we feel like we do not really know what to do? Why do we have so many thoughts why we shouldn't do that? Why does our mind come up with so many reasons why we should do something else, why we shouldn't do that? The response is very simple, and this is the realization I had. And that is because we actually, even though we know what to do, in 99%, I would go even as far as to say pretty much always we know what to do, but we fear doing it. That is the reason why most of us don't do what we actually want to be doing. We don't know what to do, not because we actually do not know, but because we fear doing it. Our mind has a reason why it fears deep down doing that thing that we actually know is right for us. And therefore it starts coming up with 1,000 thoughts why we should do something else, why that thing is actually not optimal, why this and that and this and that. And therefore we freeze, feeling like we don't know the answer because there are 1,000 things we would like to do, even though that's not true. So that is a fucking big realization I had, to realize that I actually do know what to do. And I really, really, really hope you try this out. If you have, like, for example, a decision to make right now, try to ask yourself, what would I do if I knew I couldn't fail and no one would get upset at my decision? You probably know the answer. Then how do you get to the next step? How do you actually do it? Because you still probably are feeling those negative thoughts about it, those negative feelings, right? You probably are still having 1,000 different thoughts for why you shouldn't do it, for why you should do something else. And that is very simply solvable. I realized that there are two main things that help me out to solve that problem, to get to do that thing that I know is right for me, even though I fear doing it. The first one is to actually understand why I fear it, to get deep down to the root of why I fear that thing, to get to the root cause of my negative feelings and associations to that thing, and then to just act. To be very honest, if I could give you the only one good advice for this video, and if I could give myself a one good advice, it's to just do it. You know, we'll never regret having done what we knew was right. I mean, I don't know about you, but you probably don't want, and I surely don't want to get at the end of my life thinking to myself, bro, I could have done so many things. My life could have been so much better, but I just cared too much about what other people thought of me. I gave it too much importance, had too much fear of bullshit things, and therefore I didn't fully experience my life. We probably don't want that to happen, right? And so what I've seen is that acting is the best thing I can do. So now you realized why you sometimes feel you do not really know what to do. It's not that you don't know what to do, but it is that you actually fear realizing what you want. Your brain fears that you understand what you truly want because it fears you doing that thing. And you realize that very quickly by asking yourself that question that I mentioned earlier, what would I do if I knew I could fail and no one would get upset? And then you try to understand why you fear doing that thing. You go deep down, you make a journaling session, ask yourself over and over and over again, why do I fear this? Okay, because of that, but why is that? And okay, because of that, but why is that? Right? And you really get to the root of the problem. And then, my friend, I know it's not always that easy, but it's so worth it to then just act. Anyways, hope this video helped you out to realize a little bit better that you actually do know what to do, but it's often your mind just fearing doing it that blocks you, that makes you feel that you don't know what to do. And yeah, I hope this video helped you out, and if you liked it, make sure to like and subscribe. I wish you all the best, bro, and hope to see you in tomorrow's Ice Bath video. Ciao.